Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to our Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, November 15th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown. Alright, so on tonight's SmackDown, we learned the fifth member of the new Bloodline. But before we get into that, let's talk about what led up to this on tonight's SmackDown. So, as we all know, the original Bloodline is trying to find a fifth member. On Raw, Sami Zayn asked Seth Rollins. That didn't work out. So on SmackDown, you could see Jimmy on the phone. He's talking to Roman, and they basically know that they don't have a fifth member, and they're in trouble. Sami says that there is one more person he can ask, and he goes and we find out later it's LA Knight. Yeah, but LA Knight obviously declines. So when the new Bloodline all meet, Sami basically tells Roman that, yeah. Sami basically tells Roman that they don't have a fifth member. They've scouted out through Raw and through SmackDown, and they cannot find anybody. So Roman doesn't really say anything, and they're just watching the new Bloodline come out to the ring. And before the new Bloodline can even say anything, Solo obviously asked Milwaukee to not acknowledge him. The original Bloodline comes out and a brawl breaks out between everybody. One of the things I like about this is you get this moment where Solo is going to Samoan Spike Sami Zayn, and he gets saved by Roman Reigns, who spears Solo. And then Roman and Sami have this moment, and Sami takes out some guys on the outside. Now, during the segment, we just find out who the fifth member is, and it's none other than Bronson Reed. No lie, I actually really like the stare down between Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu. I really want to see a match between them. I really do. So he's the fifth member of the new Bloodline. What do you guys think of Bronson Reed joining the new Bloodline? That's not who I expected, honestly. I was thinking more of maybe Kevin Owens. Well, actually, no, not even Kevin Owens. I was thinking, I knew Sami Zayn was going to join the original Bloodline, but for the new Bloodline, I was kind of thinking maybe The Rock or Hikuleo. Now Seth, yeah, that's what I think so too. I thought for sure if they were gonna add Hikuleo, I was not expecting Bronson Reed to join the new Bloodline. I'm assuming they want to make match better adding new players. Yeah, I was not expecting Bronson Reed. Yeah, I was not expecting Bronson Reed either. But I actually really like this segment because Bronson Reed came in and he gave Jimmy Uso a tsunami, and he gave Roman Reigns a tsunami. That Roman Seth segment is gonna be awkward. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be so awkward. You had Fatu putting the Ula Fala on Solo, and then you can hear after the original Bloodline will say that, you can hear Jay tell Roman to make the call. We're wondering who's he gonna call. So this is Roman and Seth, can they coexist? Hello. Yeah, they're gonna do that whole storyline. I'll get into that right now. So this is interesting. Bronson Reed actually looked like a real monster out there. I really like the way they're booking Bronson Reed. And then of course he does a one with Solo. So things are, they're interesting. I was not expecting Bronson Reed. I don't think anybody was expecting Bronson Reed. I just thought they were gonna add Hikuleo to this. And I thought Cody would be the fifth member of the original Bloodline, but I guess that's not the case. So at the end, to close SmackDown, we have the person that Roman was trying to call was Paul Heyman, but his phone is disconnected and is not in service. So Paul Heyman is probably going to make his return. Now, as for the fifth member, I do think it's going to be Seth Rollins as Michael 101591 pointed out here, I know that Seth Rollins originally rejected Sami Zayn's offer on Raw, but now that you add a Bronson Reed, and the fact that Bronson Reed and Seth freaking Rollins are feuding with each other right now, I think it makes the most sense to add Seth Rollins to this. And as Michael alluded to, can they coexist? Can Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins coexist? I think Paul Heyman will be joining Solo's Bloodline. Ooh, that would be an interesting twist here. Seth would rather get Tsunami on top of the Solo team with Roman ever again. That's true. But if not Seth Rollins, who would be the fifth member? I did think it would be Cody, but if it's not Cody, then who else? Who could be the fifth member? See, this is why I personally felt like they should have kept the 4 versus 4, because it would have made so much more sense for them for it to be 4 versus 4. I don't know why they added 5 versus 5, because now you have this situation where it's like you're adding 2 people. Well, no, Seth Rollins has history with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns, but Bronson Reed really doesn't. So we'll see how this plays out, but I think more than likely the fifth person for the original Bloodline is going to be Seth freaking Rollins now that Bronson Reed has joined. Because we got to tune into Monday Night Raw and find out. Seth and Reed would then drop off the cell like McFoley. I can definitely see that spot. I can definitely see them doing that, a crazy spot like that. All right. So tonight's SmackDown kicked off with the Cody Rhodes run. And actually, one of the things I like about this wasn't that this was, I felt like this wasn't your typical Cody Rhodes promo where he's always talking about the same old thing that he talks about. This actually feels a little different. You know, so he's talking about how, like, Kevin Owens used a power driver on Randy Orton. Oh, well, Nick Aldis comes out and basically says that Kevin Owens crossed the line and he can't be on SmackDown until they figure things out. Cody Rhodes basically reminds Nick Aldis that he's a former wrestler and that he should imagine what it's like to be at the back of the ambulance, having to call, Randy Orton's wife. What did I want to talk about? LL. Yeah, he didn't do that his usual shtick here. So I do think this is going to lead to Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, probably, if not at Survivor Series, maybe Saturday night's main event. But I definitely think that's what this is building towards. But overall, I really like this opening segment because it's not your usual segment / promo thing. Like I said, this is not normally Cody. It's not a typical Cody promo, and it didn't set up a match. Usually, the opening segment sets up like a match later on in the show, but that was not the case here. So I actually really dug this. We get the women's U.S. title tournament, Bayley versus B-Fab versus Candice LeRae. Honestly, I thought this was an okay match. I think it was pretty obvious Bayley was going to win, but I have to say, B-Fab was incredible in this match. I mean, she doesn't wrestle us, but I think this is like her first match, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is her first match. I think she did a pretty decent job. Honestly, she really held her own out there. She did a power slam and then a sliding clothesline to Candice, back elbow to Bayley. She did a double clothesline to Bayley and to Candice. So I thought she was pretty decent. I think that if they give her more opportunity to wrestle, I think she could improve greatly and show what she can do. But this wasn't a bad in-ring debut by B-Fab. I actually didn't mind this at all. But like I said, Bayley won this. And we did get the bracket for the tournament. So it's going to be Bianca, Chelsea Green, and Blair Davenport. Where the hell has Blair Davenport been? Jade Cargill, Michin, Piper Nivens, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, and Elektra Lopez. So from Bianca, Chelsea, and Blair Davenport, personally, I would pull for Chelsea Green. Jade, Michin, and Piper, I think it would be Michin. Or maybe Jade. Naomi, Tiffany, and Elektra, I think it would have probably... I like Naomi. I wouldn't mind if Naomi advances, but I definitely think it comes down to Tiffany or Elektra. Or maybe even Naomi herself. Maybe so. But who do you guys think would be the inaugural Women's United States Champion? I thought the title was supposed to float around both shows. Yeah, you're right. It is supposed to float around both shows. So I do question if we're going to get some raw talent here. You know, look what happened with the women's tag titles. The women's tag titles are supposed to be defended on every brand, yet so far it's just Raw. I don't remember the last time they went to NXT. So I'm hoping that this title gets defended on both brands here. Why are all the competitors from SmackDown? I don't know. Maybe they'll do a Raw side. Maybe they'll do a SmackDown side. Who knows? But if they're not, that means maybe the inaugural champion will be a SmackDown champion, and maybe they'll defend a couple times on SmackDown and then go over to Raw. I think Chelsea should win. I agree. I think Chelsea has done some fantastic work. I think she's knocked it out of the park since she's came back to WWE, and that's not me being biased, but I think she's done some great work, and I would not mind if Chelsea Green becomes the inaugural United States Women's Champion. There's a rumor that the Raw Women's will get an IC title. Yeah, I haven't heard that rumor. I don't think they should make a women's IC title. I think that they should see how this US title works and then just defend it on both brands. But that's just me personally. Who knows? We get a B-Fab segment, and she gets interrupted by Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And B-Fab tells them what's gonna happen when it's both of them if it's both of them in the finals. Meet Shin approaches, and Chelsea Green says they gotta go to strategize. So Meet Chin, Chelsea Green's probably still traumatized from the fact that Meet Chin beat her in that dumpster match. So that's why I think she should win. She's done some incredible work. She's knocked it out of the park every single time. We get an LA Knight, segment. And he's basically talking about how ever since Crown Jewel, since he walked out US champion, everyone wants the title. He talked about how Sami Zayn asked him to join the Bloodline Civil War, but he could care less about that. He's interrupted by Legado del Fantasma. And basically, Escobar says that, so anybody can answer the challenge. So he talks about how Elektra Lopez has a unique opportunity to become the first ever women's U.S. champion. So why not bring the men's U.S. championship over? And it ends up being Humberto Carrillo that challenges L.A. Knight, for his U.S. title. And of course, this match was won by L.A. Knight, And at the end, Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't know where the hell Shinsuke Nakamura has been, but he attacked L.A. Knight, I don't know. I probably would mean that we're getting a feud between Nakamura and L.A. Knight, But I don't think that means Nakamura is going to win the U.S. title here. I would be really surprised if Nakamura wins the U.S. title, because I don't think that's what this is going. It's setting up a feud for sure, but Nakamura's gonna win that title. Let me see. It was good seeing Nakamura again. I forgot he was still employed with the company. Yeah, where has Nakamura been? So Kevin Owens does a video promo because, according to him, he's not allowed in the arena. He got turned away. He was told he needed to leave. And he's basically saying he's going to show up to SmackDown next week, not because Cody Rhodes asked for him to be there, not for WWE, but for himself. I agree. Nakamura versus L.A. Knight is something fresh. He talks about how he loves Utah and loves the mountains and the fresh air. I didn't picture Kevin Owens to be a nature guy. But he's just doing what people want him to do, and that is his job. This has been Kevin Owens' best work to date. I'm really digging this heel turn that he's done, the prize fighter. It's been a long time since he's been a world champion. It's something fresh, So this is good. This is good stuff by Kevin Owens. We got a tag team title match. It's Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits. And while this match didn't finish because Tommaso Ciampa got involved, well, I really like the fact that we did you watch the whole Kevin Owens? No, I did not watch the whole video. I gotta check it out. One of the things I like about this is that Tommaso Ciampa turned heel, and he cost the Street Profits this match because he was still pissed off the fact that, the DIY got screwed out of the tag titles. They didn't get their rematch. Motor City Machine Guns comes in, gets a title shot, and now the Street Profits are getting a title shot too. So he even shows Johnny Gargano here, who's his tag team partner. If you guys remember the black and gold NXT, Tommaso Ciampa turned on Johnny Gargano by attacking him on that ramp. So this is probably what it's leading to, a Tommaso Ciampa heel turn here. We are getting black and gold NXT version of Ciampa. Oh yeah, we are. Imagine he wins the title and we have another Goldie. If you guys don't get that, like, if when Tommaso Ciampa was NXT champion in the black and gold era, he called the world title Goldie. And he didn't even have a theme song. So, like, the Motor City Machine Guns try to be nice, and they help Street Profits up. Dawkins just cheap shots Alex Shelley here. I was just about to bring this up. The Street Profits tease a heel turn here. I was right. Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't blame the Street Profits for turning heel here because commentary keeps telling the story that it's been years since the Street Profits held tag team gold, and now here they have an opportunity. Tommaso Ciampa cost him the opportunity. Not only that, the Motor City Machine Guns, who are the new kids on the block, come in and win the tag titles. So they have a legit reason to be pissed off here. So I would not mind seeing a heel Street Profits. I think that it would be a fresh gimmick for them, because I think they've been faces pretty much this entire time. So we get a Naomi segment, and Jade and Bianca interrupt, basically, to hype up Naomi and stuff. Let me see. I was there when they won the Raw tag titles before the pandemic happened. Oh, wait, it's been that long since they won the titles? Wow. Bayley was also part of this segment, saying she was excited for Naomi. Oh, we get a women's title match, which is in the main event. It's Nia Jax versus Naomi. This was actually a decent match. I actually really liked this match. But I wasn't expecting Naomi to win. And that's exactly what happens. Nia Jax retains here. Tiffany Stratton and Candice Ray both get involved in this match. And, it cuts to the back, and you see Liv and Raquel Rodriguez attacking Jade and Bianca. But like I said, Nia Jax is victorious here. So I thought this is a pretty decent match. All right, and that concludes the review. So on a scale from 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, honestly, this was a pretty decent episode of SmackDown. I think the one thing I kind of didn't like would have been the LA Knight, versus Humberto Carrillo match. Just because I felt like out of all the members of Legado del Fantasma, Humberto, a 7 out of 10? You get a 7 out of 10? You're ever a participation. Okay, I'll let you know. I get an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty decent show. We've gotten terrible SmackDowns in the past. This was pretty decent compared to the SmackDowns we've gotten in the past. So, alrighty. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.